Jen students, you are welcome once again. Today we are going to study chapter number 3, Deep Water by William O. Douglas from our main course book Flamingo. Since we have already studied this on a different platform, but through this platform we would like to study this once again. And for this, first of all, let us discuss the main features of the story Deep Water. So for this I am going to share the main topics which we are going to discuss first, which is also important to study before going through the explanation of the text. So just wait a minute. Here it is the story, chapter number 3, Deep Water by William O. Douglas. And let us see the main features. That first, about the author, it is important, as I have already told you, it is important to know that these main features, some important topics, generally that all the important questions I have already told you, that generally long answer type questions are asked from these topics. If once you will keep this in your mind, it will be easier for you to understand the story. And when we will go through the story, we will go through the explanation of the story. So this will help you a lot to understand the story, and also will help you to develop your ideas to write the answer to the point. Now let us see that. First of all, let us know something about the author William O. Douglas. William O. Douglas was born in Maine, Minnesota, USA. He was born in 1898 and was died in 1980. After graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in English and Economics, he spent 2 years teaching high school in Yakima. However, he got tired of this his teaching, and he decided to pursue a legal career. Means he decided to change his career. And he met Franklin D. Roosevelt at Yale, and he became an advisor and friend to the President Roosevelt, Franklin D. Roosevelt, who was the President of USA. Douglas was a leading advocate of individual rights. He retired in 1974 with a term lasting 36 years and remains the longest serving justice in the history of the court. And this following excerpt is taken from his book of Men and Mountains. It reveals how, as a boy, William O. Douglas nearly drowned in a swimming pool. So this was the short introduction of the author, and now let us move towards the next feature, that is introduction of the story. And if we will know the introduction of the story, it will be easier for us to understand the story, because we will already have an idea of the story. So let us see the introduction. The story Deep Water deals with the idea of fear. Though it was the fear of water, but overall it deals with the idea of fear. It conveys that fear is a great hindrance in obstacles in the way of happiness. It is a negative feeling. Fear is a negative feeling which paralyzes a human being and makes him inactive, means passive. The story conveys the message that we should make consistent effort to overcome fear. This chapter is an excerpt from his book of Men and Mountains. It reveals how, as a young boy, William Douglas nearly drowned in a swimming pool, that is YMCA swimming pool. In this essay, William O. Douglas talks about his fear of water and thereafter how he finally overcame it. He tells us that when he was 3 or 4 years old, he had an aversion towards water, and he was scared of water. And it is also very interesting part to note that the author William O. Douglas uses his autobiographical part to support his idea of fear. This story is an autobiographical story, and further he says that after he overcomes his fear of water, a great truth dawns upon him. When he overcame his fear of water, then he got a message from it, and that is, he realizes that in death there is peace, but there is terror only in the fear of death. Because the fear, any kind of fear, is the product of our mind. Any kind of fear is psychological, and anyone can overcome on any kind of fear. So here the narrator William O. Douglas describes his experience in a very lucid, very evident and simple manner. Now let us see the next point, that is the theme of the story on which this story is based. This chapter, this lesson, Deep Water, deals with the idea of fear. We have already told. It conveys the idea that fear is a great obstacle to our happiness and progress. Means fear is a great hindrance in anybody's life. Any kind of fear can be a great obstacle in anybody's life. It is a negative feeling, and which checks us and makes us passive, which makes us paralyzed. We cannot avoid it, but we can overcome it with continuous efforts, with positive attitude, with determination, and even by uh, strong willpower and optimism, we can overcome any kind of fear which can be an obstacle in our life. So it is rightly said by Roosevelt in the story, because William O. Douglas has also quoted a line by uh, President Roosevelt, that all we have to fear is fear itself. Means President Roosevelt has also proved his point that uh, there is fear only, fear is only psychological. Now let us see that uh, another important point, that is the title. Now remember students, the title means this is the very important part of this story. The title, from the title of this story, even that long answer type question can also be asked. When we will study the story thoroughly, then we will be able to understand in a better way. But for a short idea, let us see about the title. In this chapter, which is titled Deep Water, the author William O. Douglas gives an autobiographical account of his childhood misadventure, which took place in YMCA swimming pool when he was about 10 or 11 years old. He reveals that how, as a young boy, he was nearly drowned in that swimming pool, and thereafter he was gripped by the fear of water. He was completely under control of the fear of water, and from then onwards he feared water so much that he started avoiding it. Whenever he comes into the contact of water or water bodies, that he started feeling that fear which he experienced at YMCA pool. But he was determined to get rid of it, of this fear. So when uh, he was grown up, that he hired a swimming coach, means swimming instructor, to learn to swim. And gradually the instructor built him a swimmer out of the, means with the passage of time, with his hard work, with his strong willpower, with his positive attitude, with his persistent effort, slowly and steadily he overcame the fear of water. And after that, in order to check that whether he had completely overcome his fear of water or not, he swam in different lakes to confirm whether he had overcome the fear of water completely. Then In this way, he was with his strong willpower, with his hard work, with his persistent effort, with his positive attitude, with his optimism, that he was able to overcome his fear of water. When we talk about the deep water, when he was drowning at YMCA pool during the misadventure which took place, since it was a swimming pool, it was just 9 feet deep. Its deepest part of the swimming pool was just 9 feet, but 9 feet depth seems to be 90 for him, because he does not know swimming. While he was thrown into the deep water, into the deepest part, he started drowning, and since he was suffocating, this 9 feet seems to be 90 for him, and that's why the title is absolutely apt and justified. Now let us move to the next point, that is the message. It also conveys this, means after overcoming his fear of water, that the author William O. Douglas also got a message, strong message, which by giving the example how that he overcame his fear of water. When he overcame his fear of water, so he had he had written that message, what kind of lesson he learned through this episode. So let us see what is it. That in this lesson, the author wants to convey that we should convince ourselves that it is not death but the fear of death that brings terror and panic to our minds. Means fear, any kind of fear, it is not the matter of only that fear of water. Any kind of fear is a great obstacle to our life, and that fear is actually psychological. And we should know this fact that each person has to die one day. No one is immortal. So once we accept the inevitability of death, we will overcome the fear of death. And we should, in order to overcome any kind of fear in our life, we should make consistent efforts, hard work, we should have a strong willpower, we should have positive attitude. At the same time, we should endeavor not to allow the past fears to spoil our present pleasures, because that it can be the great obstacles in our life, and without overcoming the fear, whatever fear we feel, and everyone can overcome that fear, and without overcoming that fear, we cannot live our life with freedom. We cannot enjoy the pleasures of our life if we have any kind of fear. So anyone, means he finally, in the end of the essay, in the end of this story, he says that the fear is psychological. It is not death but the fear of death that brings terror and panic to our minds. We will study that during the chapter as well. Now let us see that another point, character. So there are not so many characters in this story. if any question regarding character sketch will be asked, that will be the character sketch of William O. Douglas, means the author himself, because he is the central character. And since this is an autobiographical episode, so he is in the center of the story. So William O. Douglas, who was a bold and determined person, he was a persistent and focused and had on his fear of water, and was therefore afraid of swimming in deep water. So once what happened, that once when he fell into the water and was in a great difficulty, great fear, he became panicky. He tried to grab a rope, but his hands clutched only water. So he felt suffocated, and he thought, while he was drowning, he thought that now he tried very hard to come out of his fear, but he was unable to come out from that fear, and later on that he became unconscious. Anyhow, that he was taken out of water, his life was saved, but from that time onwards he had a great terror of water. But later on, when he was grown up, then he decided to overcome his fear of water. So he was a person of a strong determination, strong willpower. He was the person of a positive attitude. He wanted to live his life to the fullest, and that's why finally that he could not enjoy the pleasures of his life, fishing, canoeing, boating. These were the pleasures of his life he was deprived of because of his fear of water. And finally that with his hard work, with his strong willpower, with his persistent effort, that he was able to overcome his fear of water. And all this and more we will try to know when we go through the chapter thoroughly. Now, in this way that we are able to understand all these important points, and now that we are going to begin the story, let us see that what has been given in the story. So let me share the text with you on your screen. Here it is, The Deep Water by William Douglas. And as much as means about the author concerned, that we have already discussed about all these things. You can also go through once for your convenience. And here what you have to learn, which is important, that in this essay, actually it is an essay which had been written by William O. Douglas. So in this essay he talks about his fear of water, and thereafter how he finally overcame it. Means this is the lesson which he wants to convey through this biographical episode. So this you have to take care of, means through this story that he he talks about his fear of water, and thereafter how he finally overcame on his fear of water. And notice that how the autobiographical part of the selection is used to support his discussion of fear, means he has used his own story which happened with him in childhood when he was 3 or 4 years old. First time when he was faced with the fear of water. So when once when he was just 3 or 4 years old, his father took him to the California beach, and so he was standing along with his father there in the water of the sea, and the sea waves came and it threw him down into the water. He was completely covered under water, and since that it was quite for fun, that because that means that it is the nature of the waves. It comes for a few seconds, after that it goes away. But since he was very small, he was just 3 or 4 years old, and he felt suffocation there, and from that time onwards he had a little fear. But actually that main part which he had described, the misadventure, that misadventure took place when he was 10 or 11 year old, when he was thrown by a young man in YMCA pool where he was almost drowned. So how this happened, that how that fear overpowered him, that how he was completely under the control of that fear, and how long it lasted with him, and finally how he overcame on his fear of water. All these things we will know through this story. Now remember students, as I always tell, means all these words are important, and means during the explanation I will tell the meanings of all this. Even if you don't know the meaning of this, then you will have to write the word meaning also in your notebook. Now let us see that what happened in this story. It had happened when I was 10 or 11 years old. Now, since this story is an autobiographical episode, so William O. Douglas, I is used for William O. Douglas, the author. So he tells about himself, that how that fear, that how he was gripped by the fear of water, how that fear started. He talks about that, and he says that it had happened when I was 10 or 11 years old. Now William O. Douglas, the narrator, says that when he was 10 or 11 year old, he started that feeling, that terror of water, the fear of water. And I had decided, and it happened when he was 10 or 11 years old. So how it happened, he tells further. He says that I had decided to learn to swim, and because when he was 10, he says that when he was 10 or 11 years old, he decided to learn swimming. And there was a pool at the YMCA in Yakima. Yakima is the river. And remember, student, that YMCA, it was the swimming pool where he was going to learn swimming. So he says that there was a pool at YMCA in Yakima, that offered, in Yakima river, that offered exactly the opportunity. What opportunity? That YMCA pool was there in Yakima river, which exactly provides the opportunity of to learn swimming. And how that it was, means that YMCA pool in Yakima river was suitable, appropriate for learning swimming. How it was appropriate, let us see. The Yakima river was treacherous. The river means that the author is not talking about Yakima river. He is talking about YMCA pool in Yakima river, because He says that the Yakima River was treacherous. Treacherous. Important word. Treacherous, not reliable. Means the Yakima River was treacherous, which could not be relied upon. Means it is quite dangerous. To learn swimming in Yakima River was quite dangerous because it was not reliable. Why not reliable? Because that um, further that he tells about this, that the mother continually warned against it, against the against the Yakima River. His mother, whenever he talks about to learn swimming in Yakima River, that narrator's mother reminds him that it is treacherous. It is the means the river is not reliable. Yakima River is not safe for learning swimming, and kept fresh in my mind the details of each drowning in the river, because that many people have already drowned in Yakima River, and that's why she kept on refreshing in his mind the details. He kept on telling the details of each drowning, means how that each people have drowned in the Yakima River. So it means that Yakima River was treacherous, it was dangerous, it was not safe for learning swimming. But the YMCA pool was safe. But it was said that YMCA pool was quite safe for swimming. It was only why it was safe. Now this is the question that which has already been asked in board examination. I remember that it was only 2 or 3 feet. Means the question is that why Yakima, this question can be asked, that why YMCA pool was safe for swimming. It was YMCA pool was safe for swimming because it was only 2 or 3 feet deep at the shallow end. Means in the beginning it was just 2 or 3 feet deep, and while it was 9 feet deep at the other. Means at the other end it was just 9 feet deep. Means the deepest part of the YMCA pool was just 9 feet, and the most importantly the drop was gradual, and that's why it was quite safe for swimming. And I got a pair of water wings and went to the pool. Now he says that so one day he got a pair of water wings, because means he did not know the swimming at all, so that's why first of all he had taken the help of a pair of water wings for to learn swimming, and went to the pool. And further he says that I hated to walk naked into it. Means he did not walk into it, did not want to go into YMCA pool naked, because show my skinny. His legs were skinny. Skinny means quite thin. His legs were quite thin, and he did not want to expose his legs before everyone. So that's why that he was quite careful, and he was hesitating to show his skinny legs. But I subdued my pride and did it. But I subdued means he overcame his pride and did it, and decided. Finally he overcame his pride, and finally, because at any rate he wanted to learn swimming, so he decided to overcome his pride, and finally he decided to learn swimming, and he did not hesitate to show his skinny legs. I think I should stop here. today, children, and later on that in our next class we will be continued with this story. Till then, what you have to do, if there is any problem in any question which are related to the paragraph, I think one question, there should be one question related to the paragraph which had been explained today. So it will be easier if you can write the answer of those that question. So for today, that's it for today. Thank you and have a good day.